In this video I'm going to show you how to use the Spot Color Assistant tool and be able to change the RGB values on your printer to match a specific colour on your label. For this demonstration I'll be using the Epson C6000 series printers and using Bartender label layout software. Our first step is going to be obtaining the RGB values of the current artwork. Within the fill colour properties is the dropper tool. Placing this dropper tool anywhere within the artwork will display the current RGB values. Please make a note of this as it will be used later. Step 2 is going to be putting your RGB values into the Colour Tone Matching Assistant. This is a separate software, so will need to be downloaded separately. We will put a link for this in the description below. You will notice that once you put your RGB values into the calculator onto the left, the preview pane will appear and should look identical to your value on the original artwork. The patch count and step range are all manually adjusted on screen. The step range, as shown here, is currently set to 10. Will give you a different range of colours. This depends on how far out your RGB value currently is. For example, our current bottle, printed with no adjustment, our RGB value and various colour step ranges. Step 3 is going to be matching the RGB value to our desired colour label. For example, our RGB value with no adjustments compared to our outsourced label which we are trying to match. You'll see I've put a marker on an RGB value which I think would be the perfect replacement. We will now show how to replace the old RGB value with the new RGB value. Step 4 is putting these RGB values into the printer system. Clicking on Document Properties, Printer Utilities, Printer Setting Utility, Store data in the printer. You will see Spot Color Settings, where you can create and edit or delete a spot color. We have a list which we have created here. By clicking on Edit, you can see the old spot color and the new spot color, which is going to replace it. You can simply create a new spot color by typing in the old RGB value and the RGB value which you want to replace it with. You'll notice back on the General tab you'll have a spot colour setting. I saved mine as Watermelon. Once pressing OK on this and printing out a label, your RGB value should change. Old RGB value, new replacement, and outsourced label. Which is not a bad match.